So basically what the Lord wants me to say is, there have been some of you out there who have been going through a very, very difficult season. But He wants me to let you know that He has been with you every step of the way. He's saying that even though you have experienced so much, He is turning everything around for you. He is saying He had to take you through the process. He is saying that the pain was necessary. The pain that you have experienced was necessary. When we look at a pregnant woman, okay, she's expecting to have a baby boy or a baby girl. She has to go through some things, doesn't she? In order to birth her child. Morning sickness, labor pains. You have been through a lot of painful situations, difficult situations. And the Lord allowed you to go through these things, these different tests. He allowed different circumstances to take place in your life so that you can birth your promise. Okay? He said on the other side of your pain is the birthing of your promise. So even though He has taken you through a lot of obstacles, a lot of tests, know that it had to be done. No pain, no gain, okay? Put that in the comment section. No pain, no gain. You have to go through certain things in order for you to be ready for the next season of your life, okay? So even though you went through so much, He has put you through the ropes. He is saying He had to take you through the ropes so that you will be able to birth. God had to put you through the fire so that He can get your heart in order, okay? So He could get rid of some things that is not of Him in you. And that's what He does. He puts us through the fire, but we must trust and believe. We must know that after we have passed the test, after we have gone through the fire, we should expect we would come out stronger, better, wiser because of that testing, okay? And as long as we live, God will continue to test us. But it's just different levels to the testing. And so do not be discouraged. Do not be dismayed because you went through that testing, because He put you through that testing. Know that He has a reason for that testing, okay? He had to perfect certain things in you, okay? He had to get you to rely fully on Him. Some of you have been relying on the wrong people, on the wrong things. And so He had to take you low in order to put you up high. And so when He put you down low, He put you down low so that you will understand that it is Him who can only help you, okay? Some of you felt like certain people would have been there for you, but they were not there for you. You had to trust in the Lord with all your heart. You couldn't rely on people, okay? Because in many cases, people who you thought could have helped you couldn't help you. And so God allowed certain things to happen so that you would trust in Him and not rely on anyone but Him. He had to get you to a place where you would have full reliance on Him. He wanted to expand your faith. So some of you who are watching, who this word is for, He is saying that He knows that you have experienced so much, but know that He is restoring your joy again. He is going to turn it around for your good. And as He is taking many of you out, He is saying that when the promise is finally birthed, everything that you went through, you are going to be so appreciative. You are going to be so grateful, that He allowed you to go through that testing. And you will know without a shadow of a doubt, that God took you out of that pit situation. You will know that it had to been God who was on your side, okay? It was no one else but God. And remember to give Him the glory, honor, and praise when He takes you out, and never forget about His goodness and His faithfulness. God is saying that He is going to make you laugh again. He is going to make you smile again. When He takes you out of this difficult season, He is going to restore everything that has been taken away by the enemy. He is going to bring it back to you. What did David say? He turned my mourning into dancing. If we read, we see all the things that David had to endure, David had to go through. He still decided to trust in his God. Even though things was rough, even though things was hard, he decided to not allow the external things, the things that was happening all around him, to cause him to turn his back on God. But he decided to still believe and trust and know that God was going to deliver him. And so God honors that, okay? When you are willing to go through the test and you actually pass the test, God will reward that. We see that Joseph had to go through his testing as well. Joseph, he had to go through the pit. He had to experience rejection from people, his own family. Okay, that was all a part of the process. And the thing is, even though his brothers thought that they could have destroyed him, okay, God still had his hand on Joseph. So the thing is, people may come up against you. People may rise up against you. People may say certain things against you. But you have to always remember that God is fighting for you. And it doesn't matter what anyone thinks about you. Because as long as you are on the right path, you are allowing God to be Lord over your life. You are putting Him first in everything that you do. You should know that your plans will succeed. And every attack that the enemy has tried will not prosper. So the Lord is saying that some of you have experienced rejection from people. Some of you have experienced injustice from people, okay? Some people are the reasons why you are currently going through a season of difficulty. But God wants me to let you know that those people that the enemy have used to rise up against you was a part of the plan, okay? The people that the enemy used to rise up against you, they were a part of the plan. They didn't know it, okay? They didn't know that they was actually helping you to push you into destiny. Sometimes the Lord will allow the enemy to be a part of your process, okay? He will use the enemy to your advantage. All the tactics and schemes, initially it may seem as if to you that they have worked against you, but they haven't worked against you, they worked for you. So sometimes in the midst of the attack, it may seem as if, there's no way out of this. You may question yourself and ask the Lord, why are you allowing me to deal with this, okay? Why are you allowing me to go through this right now? And the Lord is saying, trust in me in this hour, okay? Because I am bringing you out. Even though it may have seemed like the enemy's attacks have won against you, that is not so, okay? So don't look with your natural eye. The Lord is saying not to look at the situation with your natural eye. But He's saying, understand that this is all a part of the plan. And just like how Joseph's brothers, they thought that them putting Joseph into a pit was going to stop the plans of God in his life. But that was not so, okay? But it was a part of God's plan for his life. And so God will put you through some things and allow you to experience different obstacles to perfect you. So understand, God does not allow us to go through anything for no reason. There is always a reason behind him putting us through different tests and trials. And so we see that Joseph went through prison also. He was falsely accused, okay, by Potiphar's wife. But even through that, he did not allow that, to prevent him from trusting in God. He still believed in God. He still decided to wait upon the Lord in the midst of the situation he was going through at that time. Okay? But it's a personal choice when we take on different obstacles, when we take on different tests. We have a personal choice, okay? You can either accept the testing or you can reject the testing. But at the end of the day, it's up to us. There's always preparation before you step into your next season of victory, okay? So continue to trust the Lord with all your heart, okay? Don't do it in your own strength. Know that God is with you in this storm. God is riding the storm with you, and the storm will not last. If you look at the storm and think that the storm will be there for a long period of time, then you won't overcome that storm in your life. But if you see that storm through the eyes of God, then you will understand that there is victory on the other side of that storm. So remember that today. Remember this message. Remember what God is saying right now to you, okay? Don't allow what you see in this moment to make you feel depressed or discouraged. As children of God, we have the authority to speak to that storm in our lives. It's important to speak the word over that storm because we have the authority, okay? God has already given us the authority. And so we must use the authority that he has given. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And I will see you in the next video. Please remember to share and like this video to help someone out who may need it. Always remember that. Every time you share and like the video, it gets out there so that it can help people. Because moving forward, these times are serious times. And we have to be our brother's keeper by encouraging our brothers and sisters in the Lord. So just remember that God is faithful and he is true. Ooh, bye. See you guys.